Want to play one of the most iconic rock riffs ever? In today's lesson, we're breaking down the Back in Black riff with electric rhythm and fills that'll make your playing stand out. Stick around until the end because I'll show you a few secret tricks to add some flair to this classic and ways to make it easier. When you're playing this song, your guitar needs to be in standard tuning. So from the low E to the high E will be E, A, D, E, D, and E. Put a little bit of distortion on your guitar, give it a little bit of a treble sound, and I also recommend using the bridge pickup to get the full sound of this song. So to play this riff, you're going to start out with an E power chord. So play the low E string open, second fret of the A string with your first finger, and the second fret of the D string with your first finger. So it'll sound like this. That's the first chord, and you're going to strum it, and you don't want to let it ring out. So you hit it, and then mute it with the palm of your picking hand. That's our first chord. Next chord is a D5 chord, or a D power chord. So to play this, you play the open D string, second fret of the G string with your first finger, and the third fret of the B string with your second finger. So those three notes. So that's the second chord. So play E5 power chord, and then we'll play this one 3 times. We'll play down, up, down. So first part goes E5 once. Again, don't let it ring out. And same thing's true. After you play that D5 chord 3 times, you want to mute it with the palm of your picking hand. So we got, and then we go to an A5 power chord. So play the open A string, second fret of the D string, and second fret of the G string. And just like the last chord, you're going to play down, up, down. And you're also going to mute that last one so that it doesn't ring out. So we've got the E5 power chord, D5, and then A5. So we got down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And the next part is this cool lead riff that they play. So to do this, I'm going to use the third finger. We're going to play the third fret of the high E string. So play that, and then the open high E string, third fret of the B string, and then the open B string. So, and the next note will be the second fret of the G string, and you're going to bend that note up, and then release the bend, and then do a pull off to the open G string. So that's what it looks like. So you bend up, release it, and then pull off. And try to use this first finger to help with the bend also, to give yourself some more control. So I'm using my first and second fingers together, bend up, release, pull off. So that little riff goes 3-0, 3-0, bend up, release, pull off. And then if we play at full speed. There we go. So we got a good start on that riff. Looks pretty cool, sounds pretty cool. So again, we got the E5 chord once, D5 3 times, and A5 3 times, and then 3-0, 3-0, bend, release, pull off. Now for the next part, we're going to play the same chords again. So we play E5 once, D5 3 times, and A5 3 times. And then there's 2 different ways you can play this. So I'm going to show you the easy way first, and then I'll show you the other way, which a lot of people will say, well, that's AC/DC and how they played it, so that's the proper way. But I'm going to show you this first way because it's much easier to play for anybody that's just getting started. Hey, if you're enjoying this lesson, do me a quick favor, hit that like button. It helps me know what to create for you next. Thanks so much, and let's get back into it. So what you want to do is set up 1 finger per fret. So you're going to have your first finger in the 4th fret, your second finger on the 5th fret, your third finger on the 6th fret, and your pinky finger on the 7th fret. And what we're going to do is I'll tell you the finger numbers. So we'll go 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4. So 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4. And then when you end it, to give it a cool sound. Once you hit that 7th fret on the second time, you're going to slide out. So kind of slide down and then release the note as you slide down. And it helps to do a little bit of palm muting. So with the palm muting, you're going to use this part of your palm right here, place it just up from the bridge of the guitar, right about here, and we play. And again, we'll want to do choppy notes with this. We're not letting it ring out like this. It just doesn't sound right. So you want to give it a really choppy sound. So here's the whole thing. We got E5, D5, A5, and then we'll play the first lead riff, and then we'll play those chords again. Down, up, down, down, up, down. There we go. So I showed you one way to play that second riff. The other way to play it is instead of using this note right here on the 7th fret of the low E string, we're gonna play that exact same note, but on the 2nd fret of the A string. So go 2nd fret of the A string to the 4th fret of the low E string, 2nd fret of the A string to the 5th fret of the low E string, 2nd fret of the A string to the 6th fret of the low E string, and then we'll do 2nd fret of the A string twice. Or you can play it like this, which I kind of like the sound of better. So you go 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 7, 7. Personally myself, I don't think anybody will actually know the difference unless they see you playing it, whether you're playing it like this, or if you play it like this. So again, here's the whole riff from start to end. All right, that's it for this first part of Back in Black by AC/DC. It's really cool, sounds cool, looks cool, and pretty much anybody will recognize that if you play it. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson and that you can figure this out with all the tips that I gave you. You've made it this far, so I know you're serious about improving your guitar skills. Why not keep the momentum going? Hit subscribe to make sure you don't miss our future lessons, and then click on your next lesson right here. I think you'll love it. I'll see you over there.